There is a new sheriff in town. England national team boss Gareth Southgate is contemplating making our own Kobbie Mainoo the new linchpin on which his midfield will spin come the Euros. I'll tell you details of that. Meanwhile, bad news for our right back. Aaron Wan-Bissaka returns and goes. What's happening to players at Manchester United? I've got an update as well about a big striker that many love his physicality, they love his hunger, but there could be a bidding war for him, and Man United might or might not be involved in it come the summer. Welcome to the United Hotspot. My name is Webb. Subscribe, fam. Let's keep growing this community of Man United supporters. Now, proper. First of all, today, what you see there is the young Kobbie Mainoo just bossing. You know, this boy, whatever he touches turns into magic. Look at how smart he was. Look at how photogenic he is in that new Adidas attire that was launched earlier on today by Manchester United and Adidas. A new, of course, remember, Adidas designs most of our things. Even these gazelles are designed by Adidas. And they now launched something new to be put in the mega store, and it looks good, but I saw all players posing it. I saw Alejandro Garnacho, I saw Scott McTominay, I saw Marcus Rashford, but boy, doesn't this boy just look so smart. He just makes it look worth it, worth every penny. Well, if you love busy stuff, that's good for you. Unfortunately, I'm for the plain. I love playing more than busy, but I'm busy giving you news. I love giving you news by making myself busy by giving you United news. Now listen, Gareth Southgate has apparently stated that he's considering making this boy a main guy in his quest to do better than their final when they lost to Italy in the Euros, hoping to win it. Honestly, this should be the golden generation of England football, and if they don't win anything now, I honestly think it will be failure for Gareth Southgate. Now, they have had players, in that holding midfield. They have had Jordan Henderson, who is definitely in the evening of his career. You don't expect him in the Euros. And Kobbie is now the emerging star. And it is said that he's looking at ways he can make Kobbie play together with Jude Bellingham, and boy, won't that be a competitive midfield. So obviously for me, I would be shocked, in all honesty, if Kobbie Mainoo is not the main guy in the Euros. I've said it here before, if I'm to choose between Kobbie and Jude Bellingham, I think Kobbie is a better team player. He lifts the team, but also turns up when he's supposed to. He turns up as an individual when there is need for him to turn up. So you don't tell me nothing about him being 18. If you're good enough, you're old enough, and trust me, this boy could be the one player that Gareth Southgate might need if he's going to win a title with this generation of golden talent in England. So Kobbie Mainoo is there, and he's a big contender. Remember, the Euros will take place on the 14th of June to the 14th of the following month, and England are looked at always as the odds-on favorites to win it, but they always fall short. The closest they came was in the final, which they lost to Italy. But with Kobbie, you don't lose with Kobbie masterminding your midfield, do you? Let's wait and see what Southgate will do with him. Moving on, talking Manchester United news. Now, I'll give you this one that is not so exciting. There was hope that Aaron Wan-Bissaka would be returning, but he returned to training today, trained with the team, but he did not finish the training. He did not complete the training because he's back injured again. And of course, that was an update given to us by Erik ten Hag, the boss, ahead of our trip to Aston Villa. And it didn't look good for him. It's bad. And I don't know, is it a curse of Riba? What is happening? Our players, Lisandro Martinez returning and then going back, laid off for 2 months. And usually when a player is just returning from injury and they get a setback, they don't even finish training. Usually it's a major setback. So Aaron Wan-Bissaka joins the short list, or the small list, that has got Mason Mount on it and Tyrell Malacia as the 3 players who will definitely not be in the matchday squad as we do travel to West Midlands for this weekend's late kickoff on Sunday. But those who are there, Diogo Dalot, and will certainly ably be there unless anything happens between now and the weekend. But obviously, I expect him to be protected. He's the only right back we have, and without a doubt, he's every day improving and becoming Erik ten Hag's odds-on favorite to start in the right back position. But for Wan-Bissaka, stuff is not looking good, and you wonder which Wan-Bissaka will see. Honestly, just a few months ago, Wan-Bissaka was arguably the best right back in the league with the way He was overlapping. The way he was solid, he's the best. I think he's the best player in the world when it comes to 1v1 situations. But unfortunately, injuries seem to be fettering his progress as a player, and you hate to see it if you love Manchester United. So sorry, Wan-Bissaka. We do hope everything will be going on well for you very soon. Still talking Man United players, Lisandro Martinez, like I told you, he will be out for 8 weeks, and the boss has again completely said what exactly I've been saying. Lisandro Martinez is so important for how we play because of his technical abilities, not just because of his attitude. His technical abilities and physicality are good, and they are so missed when he's not there in the team. The boss knows it, and honestly, it's devastating, but we should find ways to pick ourselves up and be able to go to the West Midlands and beat them from home, this time even more convincingly than we did in the reverse fixture at Old Trafford. Now, moving on. Christian Eriksen is becoming a talk of town, as it is reported that clubs in Saudi are monitoring him and thinking they can get him when he runs out of his contract at Manchester United. That will be in the summer. Now, it is believed that even Brentford do want him. Now, remember, Brentford has a hot player in Ivan Toney, who is wanted by many. I'll talk about him in a second. You certainly don't expect a swap deal involving United and Brentford over Christian Eriksen. I think even if he had got a longer contract or a longer period to stay with us, it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't happen. I honestly think Christian Eriksen obviously will leave Man United in the summer. He's one of those who are surplus requirements. He has earned his he has been earning about Eriksen has been earning about 120,000 pounds per week or thereabout. He has been earning decent money since he joined United on a free. And you think these are things that Sajim and his team are going to be looking to correct. So Eriksen will be out of United in the summer. Where he goes, there is talk of a Turkish club being interested in him, but he seems to want to stay. They wanted to buy him before the close of the Turkish transfer window, but he wants to stay and finish out his contract at Manchester United. Then he can choose where to go. I think Saudi would be the next logical destination for him if he's not proud like this many European players who don't care about the money in Saudi. They just want to stay and play football for pride. Well, that's the situation. When it comes to another Brentford player, a Brentford player who is the hottest property, I think, when you talk strikers today, Arsenal have been monitoring this boy, Ivan Toney, even when he was banned. They were in talks. Imagine you being banned and no one is sure how you're going to be back, whether you'll be fit, whether you'll be interested in playing football again. Well, he's been training, certainly, and trying to keep fit. That's why he's able to return and score goals for Brentford. But Arsenal have been the one club that have consistently been waiting and hoping they can get a chance to price Ivan Toney out of Brentford. Now, their boss confirmed earlier on today that they are sure they won't be having him. It is highly likely that he won't be playing for Brentford in the summer, that they will be letting him go. And Arsenal and Chelsea have been linked with him, but earlier reports today were suggesting that Erik ten Hag has been a silent fan of Ivan Toney, and United too could be going for him. Now, my sources in Old Trafford have dismissed these reports categorically, clearly, and they are saying United are not looking to spend 100 million on any striker after spending 72 million pounds on Erasmus Højlund, who looks like he's beginning to click. Would it make sense even for you? I think even logic dictates that it can't make sense. If we want to buy players for double figures, big double figures like that, it can't be a striker after spending 72 million on a guy who looks like he's going to be our next best striker after Wayne Rooney, or perhaps even better, because he's scoring goals, 10 goals, 7 shy of Rooney's record of 17 in his first season, yet he's not playing with Paul Scholes or Cristiano Ronaldo or these big star players. He's playing with a bunch of, lazy players, mostly lazy and selfish players, but still able to grind goals for himself. So this is how good this boy is, and you don't tell me he needs an Ivan Toney for him to compete with. And players today, if you bring competition, they shut down. They just shut down. It needs to be mentored. What United need is a backup for Rasmus Højlund, a more experienced striker, but not as good as him. A backup to push him and guide him in terms of what to do from their experience, but not a striker who is hot and expected to start, and of course now pushing this boy or threatening this boy and pushing him away. I don't think, for me, that would be the right way to manage Hoyland right now. So Ivan Toney to United, for me, is not happening, and my sources too are laughing off these reports. So don't you even be stressed about that. Well, that's a big update that has just come now. The latest football update. This is not just Manchester United. It's a general update in football, and it is that the IFAB has, of course, the body that sets the rules of the game of football, apparently are going to try out a third card, a blue card. And this one is going to be interesting, just like it is in rugby, in basketball. Man, what these people are not doing to kill football. So apparently, there are plans to introduce a new blue card that will be shown to players, and they are seen being for about 10 minutes. For 10 minutes, and if you get two blue cards in a game, that's a red card. If you get a blue card and a yellow card, that's a red card as well. So they are introducing this sin bin with a blue card, and they are going to test it very soon. I think in some small leagues before they introduce it in the main leagues, if it's passed. Even the FA Cup are willing to offer their competition as a trial. I think they support it. And I think about it and I'm thinking, what are these people going to do to kill the beauty in the beautiful game? Football, I think the more we try to make it perfect and complicate it and add things, for me, I think we run away from its beauty. I've seen, the AFCON, for example, where I think this is the best officiation in the history of football has happened at this ongoing AFCON that will climax on Sunday with the final between Ivory Coast and Nigeria. I think, for me, perfect final to sum up the best AFCON there is. And how good would it look if either the hosts or the reigning CAF best player and hottest striker in global football wins it, Victor Osimhen? I think whatever this ending will be, it is a perfect ending to commemorate the best AFCON that we've seen in terms of play, in terms of goals, but most importantly, in terms of officiation. Even Gareth Neville said it, that, I mean, this guy's officiation has been top-notch, and the Premier League needs to learn from them. It's like they invented officiating. But here's the thing. For me, the blue card and this sin bin thing does not even augur well. Even the sound of it, for me, sounds so bad that it is going to take away the beauty in this beautiful game that we all love. That the introduction of these things, VAR and what have you, trying to make the game perfect, for me, are killing the game without any hesitation. They are consistently killing the game. Imagine you score a goal, celebrate it, the fans are celebrating and everything, and 5-10 minutes later, it's cancelled because of VAR. And then afterwards, I saw just yesterday, I think, or today actually, I've seen a report suggesting that the Premier League has admitted that they have got 20 VAR decisions wrong this season. So you can imagine, what are they improving? So even this blue card and what have you, for me, the UEFA president, Seferin, is the one guy I've seen who is against it. I'm so much against it. I'm not for a perfect game. I think it's okay for us to come here and argue that Arsenal cheated us, Man City cheated us like they have always done. Liverpool, it's okay. We can argue with them, but we cannot push to have a perfect game. It can't happen. Let football be natural. Let it be officiated in a natural way. Let there be mistakes. Let there be offenses. This blue card is going to be awarded for players who for I think questionable incidences. I think building to a goal, and also for players who attack referees and and abuse referees and what have you. For me, I mean, football is a game of emotion. Depending on what the person has abused you, yes, you can warn them, you can give them a red card if it's too bad. If it's not, it's football. It's a heated moment, and even the referee should be a part of the game. So we cannot threaten players not to express their feelings. So for me, this sin bin card, this blue card, I'm a red card to the blue card in football, to the sin bin, and never to come out of it. Hotspot, subscribe. My name is Webb. I'm known for it. That's for me what I think. This is Man United. I'll catch you later, fam. Subscribe.